Yo, Waffle Don in the building, man. What you saying, people? I just thought, you know what? I'll just do a quick fan cam, man. Out in the storm Amy right now. As you can see, the wind's blustering, the trees are moving crazy. I just thought I'd just do an old fan cam like the others do in my old car, my old Honda. A to B, right? Man, what I watched today, and I'm going to be saying this as a disclaimer for the next 31 games, I'm hoping so. Drab performance, but happy with the result. And that's how I feel today. I'm an emotional fan. I'm an emotional Arsenal fan. In game, I see mistakes and they irritate me. Sloppy passing, passes that you just think, come on now, put a bit more effort into that. Today was going to be one of those days. It wasn't going to be crazy exciting. Physical West Ham, big players. There's a reason why they're 19th in the table right now with the drab football that they're playing. There's a saying, you know, don't bring me down to your, you know, if you argue with someone, you know, that is not really intelligent, then you come down to their level. I felt that in periods of the game that we went down to West Ham's level. And West Ham done what they do, or they had to do what they do, you know, and that was prevent us from playing our usual game. Now this is the waffle part of the video, because despite, you know, valiant effort from Declan Rice on the rebound, I didn't know where we was going to score our first goal. Eze had a chance which I don't expect a 68 million player to miss. He wasn't great today. Our attack just looked off, and there's something about our attack that's very concerning. Gyökeres doesn't seem to be involved much at all. Even when the ball rebounds or anything, he's just never there. When he falls or he's grappling a player, he always seems to be facing the other way. So the ball can be on the line, but he will be facing the other way where he can't even score because his body is backwards to the ball. Now, you know, I'm going to stick with Gyökeres still because, you know, he's a very good player, but something is amiss, man. Something is amiss. We almost have to, like, just feed him like a baby, you know, literally take the ball to the line and pass it to him. And I don't see that with the wingers that we had today. We started with Saka and Trossard today. The less said about them, the better. I thought Saka was okay in the first half. You know, he pulled off a few shots. But for me, Saka is very predictable. Very, very predictable player. I don't know whether it's the injury thing or whether we can keep using these excuses, but even when he's normal, he's just a very predictable player. He doesn't even excite me. How about that? He doesn't even excite me as a footballer, man. Yeah, he got his penalty today, which I was disappointed that Gyökeres didn't take the ball. You know, I was very disappointed Gyökeres didn't take the ball and take that penalty. Foul on Timber. Very good play by Zubimendi. lobbed the ball into Timber. Timber was going into the box and he was fouled by Diouf. But I know there's a lot of people out there that weren't happy with that performance today. I'm telling you, the last 5 minutes, I could have easily fell asleep. It was that bad. It was that bad today. I didn't. The subs came on. They done well. Skelly, Martinelli. Who else came on as well? Subamendi. Rice came off, I think. Yeah, there was a few niggly injuries today as well. Odegaard as well in the first half. He kind of went in for a tackle and hurt his knee. He was on the floor for a bit, and this is where I have a problem with the team now, because if he's out with an ACL, I was screaming at the TV, listen, take him off. But he wanted to run it off. You know, they gave him time to play on the pitch, and I before he came back onto the pitch, I said, this guy's injured. He's injured, and then within 5 minutes, he was off the pitch. But something seems off. Something seems very off. We just don't seem to have that attacking flow. And I don't know when it's going to click for us. Maybe I prefer Madueke. Maybe Madueke brings a bit more excitement when he plays. I don't know. I want to be entertained by my football team, but I'm quite prepared to take 31 more games of this, as long as the results are wins. I'll take another 31 games, because that's how many games you've got, right? But the record speaks for itself, you know. 5 wins out of 7, I believe. Which is an amazing record considering the games we've had and the games that we should have won and not lost. Top of the league right now for at least another couple of hours. So, you know, I have to be happy with something, isn't it? I have to be happy. The best squad in the world, or I should say the best squad in the league, is a very, I would say, very sensitive and easy to break squad. You know, this squad, as much as we have 2 players for each position, I can see 2 players for each position being broken very easy. You know, the likes of Ben White, Timber, I can see them both getting injured. Yes, we've got Mascara that can play in that position, so maybe you've got maybe it's 2.5 players for each position that we currently have. But I can see players that play in the same position being broken. And if we need to win this league, we need to have these players. I think our best players need to be available, I would say 95% of the time for this league. But I'm happy with the win, people. It's not all doom and gloom. Massive game against Fulham on the 18th of October. We're going into the international break. So yeah, I'll take the victory. It was never going to be a battering today. People need to get out of their minds that we're going to be battering teams, yeah? We're not going to be battering teams. We might be comfortable, but we're not going to be battering teams. We're not that team to go out and batter teams. Yes, we battered Leeds, but we're not going to be battering teams at home unless we click into something. But Gyökeres, man, I think it's 3-7 now. We need you to start scoring, guys, because the concerns are starting to be raised from the rivals and possibly other fans as well. Don't give them the benefit, yeah, of even speaking about you. But yeah, people, man, make sure you slap up the likes, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Waffled On in a building. Peace.